Why is they sending Jasmine Crockett home? Jasmine Crockett is amazing. Watch this clip and you'll find out why they sending her home. It's not because she's amazing. It's because we're tired of her.
People that are in organizations that are absolutely white supremacy organizations should get our tax dollars because they decided to tear apart or attempt to tear apart our democracy. They are being rewarded. These are people that went through our criminal justice system.
What does anything that she just said have to do with your life? How does that really help you? How does that help the people of Texas? Does it help Black Americans get jobs, do better in school? It's just a bunch of complaining and rhetoric and gaslighting. I don't see what people find so interesting about someone just saying, there's racism in the world. Okay, and then what? And continue.
Attempt to tear apart our democracy. They are being rewarded. These are people that went through our criminal justice system. When people on that side of the aisle claim that they love law and order, they went through it. They either entered pleas of guilty or they were found guilty. And this president, on day one, his priority was not around racism. It was around doing things like letting them go and now putting money in their pockets. We haven't had one hearing on white supremacy. Yet when we look at things like the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the 9 worshipers who were murdered at the Mother Emanuel AME Church, the 23 people murdered in 2019 during the shooting at Walmart in El Paso, the 10 people murdered during the 2022 shooting at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York, all of these were murdered by white supremacists who are empowered by the Republican Party's racist rhetoric and policies. This is the same party that wants to drag us back to the Jim Crow era. Some say that there aren't poll taxes, and I guess it's because they're not listing the amount of money. But when you tell somebody that they've got to go and pay for something, say, like a passport that costs over $100 in order to be able to vote, that looks like a poll tax to me. Some of y'all need to read up on your history books, the very same ones that the Republicans have decided that people should not hear about because you don't want real history taught in our schools because you're afraid that it's going to hurt people's feelings.
People say, Tim Black, what's your solution? And I say, hey, we need to start new parties. We need to stop giving all our votes to the Democratic Party without even trying to see if there are other options. We need to make them work for our vote. We need to start new parties. I say these things, but with Jasmine Crockett, people never say, what's her solution? She's actually getting paid to have solutions. She's not a commentator that talks about issues. She's supposed to be fixing the problems. She's a lawmaker.
Policies. This is the same party that wants to drag us back to the Jim Crow era. Some say that there aren't poll taxes, and I guess it's because they're not listing the amount of money. But when you tell somebody that they've got to go and pay for something, say, like a passport that costs over $100 in order to be able to vote, that looks like a poll tax to me. Some of y'all need to read up on your history books, the very same ones that the Republicans have decided that people should not hear about because you don't want real history taught in our schools because you're afraid that it's going to hurt people's feelings to know that their ancestors were so savage that they would enslave black folk. You don't want them to understand why the 14th Amendment mattered then and it matters today. You don't want them to understand that when they draw these racist lines and tell black folk that they shouldn't have representation in this country, that it is against the Constitution. You want them to be ignorant so that they can sit up here and be your token for your mission.
Has expired. Well, you can't yield because you've done run out of time.
You just took a hit at her. That was a hit. That was a direct hit. He said her time was up. He wasn't just talking about in this particular session. He means in general. I'm not going to miss her when she's gone. I'm just not, man. I mean, she was good, man. It was good to make content about her. She was constantly talking. Woo! I need a Jasmine Crockett break. Just go do whatever you're gonna do, Jasmine Crockett. Greatest hits. Everything she complained about, she wasn't talking that shit when Biden was in office. Had the power to do everything she talked about. Everything she just complained about. Y'all don't remember this? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Everything that she complained about white supremacy, that existed under Biden. What did Biden do to stop white supremacy? What did he do? 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 And you sat up there kissing his ass. You were in that same seat, or one of the seats in Congress, talking about how great a man Biden was. You wish your father loved you like he loved his drug addict son, who he gave a pardon to. After saying he wasn't going to do that, let him be like anybody else's son, let him stand on his own 2 feet and own up to whatever he's done. And said he went against that, and you had no bad words about him. So I don't know, man. We already went over, guys. Everybody, I've already talked in this broadcast, we talked about the so-called slush fund, the IRS fund. It was actually a settlement the IRS made because Trump sued him for $10 billion for releasing his tax records to the Biden administration. So Biden can use them against him and run against him, which is total, like that is weaponizing law. So he sued him. He was going to win. So they decided part of the settlement deal was that they would put together a fund to help anybody that feels attacked by our federal government unlawfully. So it doesn't directly go to January 6 people. They would have to petition and apply, and if the commission approves individuals, then maybe that individual gets money. But that ain't the point. Jasmine Crockett ain't trying to explain all that shit, because then it takes fuel out of it. You know, there are Democrats who have been railroaded by the government too. And maybe, hopefully, they get treated decently and they can get money if they're owed it, but we don't know, right? We don't know. But this is a settlement from a lawsuit. Sound like he just took money out and said, get this out the government. No, this is money from a lawsuit. They could have gave it to Trump. He could have just said, give me the $2 billion. But I know he'll never get credit for that shit, and I don't expect you to give him credit for it. I know how shit is. I'm just saying, he didn't have to say, his lawyers did not have to give this consolation. He could have said, give me the $2 billion. The lawsuit was $10 billion. And part of the settlement was that they do a fund for other people that have been fucked over by the government to the tune of $1.776 billion. But of course, Crockett's going to play up and talk about everything black related. Meanwhile, when she was running for Senate, she wasn't talking about black people that much. She was talking about trans kids and undocumented immigrants. But now, all of a sudden, she's back talking black again. Come back to Jamaica. It was a commercial called Come Back to Jamaica when I was coming up. Come back to the motherland. Now she's coming back to black folks. Next thing, she's going to start doing a Rapper's Delight reenactment to the hip hop. I'm surprised she ain't start breakdancing and pop locking to show her black roots. And I'm not going to miss her when she's gone. I know a lot of black women, oh, she's so real. No, she's real asinine. She's much to take. If she says anything, I can't wait till she starts her podcast. I know it'll be great. Yeah, I know her podcast will be off the hizzy. Yeah. She'll be on the Joe Budden podcast as a guest with Mona. Can't wait till she goes sit on the couch with Shannon Sharp. Boy, I know Shannon can't wait to get that booking, boy. I know he's trying. Oh, come on now, Jasmine. Come on, Jasmine. Shit. Oh, Jasmine, you know. Was that your boyfriend, Jasmine? Come on, Jasmine. Oh, Jasmine. Come on, Jasmine. I know you was dating him. I know Shannon can't wait to have that conversation, boy.